The Vault is a movie that's been currently streaming on Netflix for a while. I've passed over it a bunch of times, mostly due to bad reviews that I've read. Everyone's either meh or like outright dislikes it. So it's just never compelled me to watch it. So tonight I took a chance and threw it on, and I'm pretty meh about it myself. This movie stars James Franco, Taryn Manning from Orange is the New Black, and Clifton Collins Jr., which I know from the amazing, wonderful Stoned Age, one of my very favorite comedies of all time. He plays a character named Tact, and no matter what he does beyond that, he will always be that character to me, even though I do believe he is an excellent actor. Now, this is a movie about a bank heist gone wrong. They are there thinking that the bank is going to be holding $500,000. They find out that it's way, way less than that. Half of the bank robbers want to leave, the other half can't. They don't want to. They want to get the money that they came for. So they find out from someone in the bank that there is more money in a secret vault down below. And when they go down there, strange happenings are afoot. Now, this movie reminded me of a movie called Botched with Stephen Dorff, which I love that movie, so I am not talking towards the quality. I'm talking towards the concept. Because, like Botched, this movie is a straightforward, like, crime thriller for like the first, like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. And then all of a sudden it becomes a horror movie. But where Botched succeeded, this is where this one falters. Some of my bigger problems with the movie is that, number one, Clifton Collins was just underutilized. I thought he was put into a poor role for him. He could have made that role great, but they gave him nothing to do with it. Franco as well. I feel like Franco is just sitting there the whole time and reading lines. He's not given a whole lot of emotion. We don't get to know him. In fact, we don't really get to know anybody. And I would say that's probably my biggest gripe with this film, is that there is almost zero character development. So this gives us no desire to give a shit about anything going on. And I'm all about anti-heroes in movies. Like, you can have anti-heroes like Snake Plissken or whatnot that work wonderfully, and you grow attached to them even if they make poor decisions or go against the norm, or, you know, if you're constantly blurring the line between what's good and bad. Those are fine things. I mean, you've had plenty of them over the years. But this film doesn't really have the anti-hero. It just has a bunch of villains that I guess you're supposed to give a shit about, but I don't at all. Maybe other people did, but I just wasn't feeling it in the slightest. This is also a film where the villains in the beginning become the victims, which I usually like. But as I said, because not only is there no character development, and not only is there, you know, no anti-hero that you like to hate or like to love or whatever, but also I don't feel like anything fun was happening. Like, it needed to go somewhere. Something needed to start happening for me to be interested. It needed to get super creepy, or it needed to be really funny and over the top and gory and violent, or it needed to have really funny dialogue, or it needed, like, there wasn't anything grabbing me in this film. It just kind of plodded along, and it was blending two subgenres together, and the tone was just kind of all wishy-washy, and characters were uninteresting, and scares were almost non-existent. There were a couple moments where it was like, oh, that was kind of creepy. Okay, that was a little creepy-ish right there. I liked that. And then it just kind of go back to this slow, melodic kind of moment, and you're just like, okay, we're back to this. There was only like one character that I even semi-liked in this movie, and they were also kind of just a wash as well. So, yeah, it just wasn't working for me. So I'm going to add to the list of people who are just blah about this movie. And I would just outright say, unless things I said in this, because you want to see a bank heist movie that turns into horror later on, maybe you'll be enjoying, maybe you like this, but I love that concept. I'm not a person who's just like, I want it to be straight horror, or I want it to be a straight crime drama, thriller, whatever. No, 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 no. You can blend subgenres together. I'm not against that in the slightest. It just, I don't feel like they married together at all. I feel like it just created an uneven tone. Characters were boring. The plot was just kind of very minor. Like, I didn't feel any kind of urgency, like, because I didn't understand the, repercussions of them not pulling this off. They just were kind of like, well, man, we have to pull this off because we owe people money or something. And we never saw any of that take place. So there wasn't anything for us to be like, oh, well, shit, man. Like, if they don't do this, this is what's going to happen. Or, they're going to have to deal with that person. Or they're going to, like, there's just nothing. It's just kind of like, here it is, the end. I don't know. Anyway, all right, I'm going to stop rambling. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm probably not even making any sense at this point. So, anybody like this movie? Am I wrong? Yeah, I haven't seen anybody love this one yet, so I doubt it. But anyway, guys, all right, good night.